gonna, oh, that means love. Oh. Really? Say it one more time. Wave hi, Ian Diggs. Yeah, she's eating. What? You're saying it all by yourself. You're saying Ian Diggs rules. Oh, what a good girl. Katie and I and Maddie and Rowdy and Ellie are off to get Emmy. Didn't I say Emmy? Oh, Maddie, Rowdy, Emmy, and Ellie. Oh, yeah, you're right. I missed Emmy. Maddie, Rowdy, Emmy, and Ellie, and Katie and I are off to go get stuff for resurrection eggs. I don't know if you know about resurrection eggs, but they are little plastic Easter eggs that tell the story of the crucifixion and the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. And it's really cool because it puts it into kind of a visual that all the little kids can see. You know, the older kids know the story and stuff like back their hands, but this helps the little kids understand because tomorrow's Palm Sunday and they're going to hear the whole story. So I like to refresh it and have them perk up when they hear things that they know, like, oh yeah, I heard about that. So it's cool. And it, you know, you put coins in an egg and you put the thorns in the egg, and so then you go through the whole progression. And you know, it's always better to have visuals and things that you can touch, tangible things that make a story come to life. So that's what we're doing today. And then Kenny's got a soccer game, and he has no subs on his team because they got a really small team, which Kenny absolutely loves. So he will not be coming out once. Rowdy's not loud at all. I don't hear Rowdy. Do you hear Rowdy? River. They're all screaming, "There's the river!" And Emmy, "River!" What? What?
Can you scream it?
You down, you stumble in and bump your head. It's not the reason you be
So everybody did the resurrection eggs. Everybody's designing the egg carton. A kayak? Our resurrection eggs are going to have kayaks on them. So everybody helped put them together. I'll show you what they are later tonight. I'll go through it all and I'll tell you what each thing means and stuff like that. And it's a really awesome project for you guys to do with your kids.
Run, Brody, run, Brody.
Gorgeousness.
Or even. Just take it. Just take it. Run. Go.
Go, Kenny, go. I'm being ready, okay?
Hey guys, I wanted to take a time out here and show you this really awesome project that we did. I'm like the least crafty person in the entire world, but somehow I managed to put this thing together. So it's called Resurrection Eggs. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but it's a great little craft project to do prior to Holy Week so that, you know, the kids go to Mass on Palm Sunday and they understand. We're talking younger kids, but it's great for the older kids too. They love to make the stuff and they like to participate and tell their own stories and stuff. But the younger kids, they go to Mass and they hear the Passion and they hear little bits and pieces of what you've been talking about. So it's a great visual as long as a sensory thing. It's called Resurrection Eggs. This is the box my kids decorated. Okay. The older kids had this beautiful design, and then the younger kids went to town with the crayons. Still beautiful, right? And Kenny decided to write KelloggShow on the side. And there's kayaks on there, everything. I know, really Eastery, right? So at any rate, you open it up, and inside you see 12 plastic eggs. So what I did is I bought 12 plastic eggs, and we just number them 1, 2, and onward. So here we go. We're numbering them. This is number 1. Inside of the egg goes the bread for the Last Supper. I just cut off a piece of bread, stuck it in here. By next year it'll be nice and stable. You can tell the story of the Last Supper, obviously. For all these things, there's stories. Oh, let me tell you the verse. So for that, I figured Mark chapter 14, verse 22 was the best, right? And I put that right in there. Number 2 is the money. I put in 3 dimes. See that? 3 dimes for the betrayal of Jesus. I mean, by Judas. He was paid off to tell them where he was. Number 3, verse. Number 2's verse is Matthew chapter 26, verse 14, 15. 3 is the rooster. Peter betrayed Jesus 3 times before the cock crowed. That's what that is. And the verse is Matthew 26, verses 33 to 35. That one's a hard one to get in. And you know, this is really fun for them to get in and out of on their own. It's really exciting for them. And number 4 is the crown of thorns. And this is where this gets extremely sad. Put the crown on Jesus' head, and it cut him, and he was bleeding. And very sad. But we know how this ends. It ends very happy and joyous, and that's what Easter's all about. Preparing for Good Friday, which then prepares you for the resurrection of Jesus. Verse, Mark chapter 15, verse 17 for the crown of thorns. The best one. 5 is dice. I put 2 in there, die, for the cast of lots. John chapter 19, verse 23 through 24. And they divvied up his clothing after he was dead. 6, very sad, is the cross. Need not say any more. John chapter 19, verse 17 through 18. 7 is 3 nails. Matthew 27, verse 31. Right? Yeah. 8 is the sponge. 8 is the sponge for when Jesus was on the cross and he was thirsty. John chapter 19, verse 29. 9 is the cloth that they wrapped Jesus in after they took him off the cross. Matthew chapter 27, verse 57 through 60. 10, the cloves. They smell so good. That's for burial. Back in those days, they would bury you with scents. And it's Mark chapter 16, verse 1. 11. 11's hard to open. Is the stone that they put in front of the tomb so that nobody could steal Jesus' body, and they also put 2 guards on either side of the stone so nobody could sneak in there. Matthew chapter 27, verse 62 through 65. And then the best one, the one we wait for all year long, number 12. Mark 16, verses 5 through 6.
I don't do
Get him, Rowdy.
Okay.
360.
You have a 360? Nuh-uh.
Nice! 4. Nice!
Yeah! You're so tall, I'm not going to be able to get you in there. You're going to break this thing. Whoa!
I can never land
That
it.
was really good!
I think Cardi's hurt, Rowdy.
No, he's not. Cardi's never hurt. He's like rubber. No, there's too many people on the tramp. I'm a party pooper.
Hold on.
There's Brian Gerardo. Say hey, Brian, you're famous now. You're on YouTube.
Nice.
I have no battery left. Nice. Nice. Wow.
Hi, you guys.
You almost came out. Yep.
Everybody move.
Bro.
Oh my gosh, you made Cardi